Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you? I am so excited to be with you here, and I'm bringing you this really fun box. It is a floral hinged lidded box, so it opens like that, and it's super easy to make. I'm going to show you how easy it is. You just need a simply scored tool. I've added these beautiful flowers on the top, and they are from the Boughs Blossoms stamp set and Punch Bundle. So you can buy both of them together. They're in the mini catalog that goes from January to June. It is on my website. You can check that out, or you can just go to my online store, type in Boughs Blossoms, or click the link in the description below. I do have all the products linked to my online store. I've paired it with the tailor-made tags. I love this tag set of dies. It's a really reasonable price set, and it has so many different sizes and 2 different styles, so definitely check it out. It looks really good on lots of projects. So let's go ahead and move this stuff out of the way and we will get started. All right, we're gonna work on this box, so let's go ahead and start on the box portion first. We'll do the decorating last. So I'm gonna just move that out of the way. All right, I'm gonna grab my Simply Scored tool, bring that into the camera. Hopefully I'm not out of camera. I think I'm good now. All right, and we have a piece of 8 inches by 9 inches. So we're gonna put the 9 inches across the top, and that is the long side. And it's very simple scoring. So we're gonna score at 2, at 4, at 6, and at 8. And then we're going to rotate this counterclockwise. The reason we want to do so is we want this 1-inch strip along the top of the short side. You can see it's 8 inches. And we're going to score the short side at 2 inches and at 6 inches. All right, so now that this 1-inch piece is at the top, we're going to choose 2 other score lines. Now, in order to hinge the box, we need to keep it attached, but we need to have these sides have a border. So this is a 1-inch side, so we need these sides to be 1 inch. So we're going to do a 1-inch score in here. So this is a 2-inch section, so this would be the 1 inch at 7. So at the 7-inch mark, we're going to score from here down to this line right here through this square. So that forms your 1-inch side on this box. This is the tab we're going to glue together, and we're going to get rid of this piece. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to score at the 1-inch mark, and we're going to bring it down to that first square. That line right there, that forms your side of your 1-inch box. These 1-inch sides right here, those are the 3, 1, 2, and 3. This is the back of the box, so just bear with me, you'll understand. So that's why we wanted the 1 inch on the top, and we're going to score 1 and 7 just down through that square piece there. All right, so the second score line down. I'm going to move my Simply Scoreboard, and we are going to burnish all the sides. And then we're going to do these. All right, now these I can't do any burnishing yet on them, but we are going to cut down those first. So let's go ahead and grab my thick bladed scissor. And we are going to cut away these 2 edges first. We don't need them. We only had them in there to get these sides nice for the bottom of our box, but we don't need this piece. So we're just going to trim right down here, and we're going to get rid of this, because remember, we want that 1-inch side of our box, and this is going to be the tab that glues it together. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Sorry if I'm a little hoarse. I'm going to grab some water here in a second. When I do a lot of talking in these videos, I sometimes get a little hoarse. Let me grab my water. That will help. All right, so those 2 pieces get cut away. Now, we are going to score and do this trimming here. We need this tab to work, right? So we need to cut along the side. So this little tab is going to be gone, but we want this to be angle cut. So I'm going to go ahead and come in here, and I'm going to go ahead and angle cut that tab, and then I'm going to trim that excess away. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to angle cut it. And then we're going to trim this excess away. All right, and now we're going to come down and we're going to bring these straight down. Okay, so we're going to trim here. And you know I don't like to have that score mark there, so I always cut it out of in my sections here. All right. So this one here is going to be tabbed, this one's going to be square, and this one's going to be tabbed, but it is just going to be a slight tab. Okay, so it's not very noticeable. We're going to go ahead and come in here. And then, of course, you know I like to cut away that wide piece. See how it's tabbed? And then we're going to do the same thing. This one's going to be square, so we're going to keep it square. Let's go ahead and do that. And then we're going to tab this one and tab this one right on the edge. Now I'm going to go ahead and trim just a little bit away from these. I don't want them to be full length because this is going to be the side of my box and these are going to be tucked in. So I don't want them to stick out at all. So I'm just getting rid of that. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to start here. We're going to trim and then we're going to tab this end and get rid of that little excess there. We're going to tab this end and get rid of this excess. This is going to be our straight one, remember. This one will be straight. And we're going to angle cut here. So tab this. And we're going to angle cut on the end. And then we're going to trim those tabs just a little shorter. All right. Look good? I kind of went a little wonky on that one, didn't I? Let me straighten that out. There we go. All right, so that is what it looks like. If you guys want to take a screenshot, go ahead while I clear off all these scraps from my table and put away my thick-bladed scissor. All right, now comes time to glue our box together. So we're going to start first with the bottom of the box. We're not going to do the tab top. So we're going to bring these two in, and this is going to be brought in like so. We're going to do the same here, bring those in. This is going to be attached like so. And we'll move this out of the way. All right, so let's go ahead and bring in our wet glue. You know I like to use that when I do my boxes because it's super strong. So we'll start with this back panel, and we'll bring it in first. And I just want to make sure that my box is square. So when I bring this in, I'm just going to hold it right there on the end for a second and make sure that it adheres right down this side. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to bring it right along that straight edge and make sure that it grabs. And that will ensure that the back of my box is straight, and then I can go ahead and press it on the inside. Let's go ahead and put the adhesive on these two tabs now. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring this one in, make sure it's square. And once we're happy with the squareness of our box, I'm going to press it into place. Let's do this final tab. I'm going to bring it in here. And it's actually going to be hard for you to see with the hinge lid, but trust me, I am putting adhesive on this tab right here. Come on. There we go. So we'll bring that piece in, make sure that it is squared. Just like so. And just hold it in place. Now it is time to do these, and we're gonna put adhesive on these angled flaps. Bring it in and make sure it's square. Do the same on the other side. Make sure it is square. Let it set for a minute and we will work on our flowers. Now I have cut already, let's bring our box back in here. I have cut out the blue ones, which are Pool Party, and we have one fresh freesia, and then you see we have a smaller fresh freesia. And then we have a tag, which I've already cut out from our tailor-made tag dies, so that's waiting for us. And then this smaller flower, I'm going to cut out of the center of the larger flower. So I wanted to show you how I do that, so that's why I saved it to do on camera. So we want this flower right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow these white lines, and that is going to be our white edge around our flowers. So we're just going to follow that around and join it to the other white edge. You can see it looks like I've left a little border all the way around like I normally do when I fussy cut out. And we're just going to follow those lines. And we are going to just cut away the fresh freesia from the outer petals. And when you get to this part, you kind of have to do your own little line here and then join it. And we'll follow that along. And then the same thing we'll have to do right here. We'll have to make our own little line when we get to this part of the petal and bring it right back in. And we'll work our way around. We'll do that one more time. And we're almost back to the beginning. And then we'll do the final piece and work it around just like that. And that's how I got the small flower. You can see I cut away the outer petals. All right, let's do a little stamping. We have to stamp the word hello onto our tag, and it's going to be in this corner here. Now we don't have the word hello, but we have a little hello, and we're going to use that. So I'm just going to ink that portion. So I'm just going to hold it right here on the edge and make sure that I have ink on the word hello, which I do. And then we're going to stamp it in this corner here. So there we go. Hello. Now we're going to use the basic gray and a dauber, and we are going to sponge around our box just to give it a little bit of definition. So I'm going to grab my dauber here. You get them, I think they come in either 5 or 10. I can't remember. I've had them for a long time, so I'm not exactly sure, but we're going to work our way down the sides, along the bottom, along this other side. And you can rub. We'll do the same thing here and along this edge. Let's get this side. And when you start running out of color, you're going to dip back into your ink pad there. I'm going to go along this edge as well. Go along this edge as well, and this edge. All right, we're getting there. Let's go along the back end here. We almost have it complete. Now, of course, we have to do the top. And then we will do this edge here as well. This edge as well. And this side. This edge as well. And this hinge side here. All right, let's put it together and make sure that it is nice on all edges. these front corners. I don't think I got those, so I'm gonna do that. And this back edge. I'm gonna do the front and the back. Okay, I really love how that looks. It just accentuates the box and really makes it pop. You don't have to do that if you don't like to, but I just thought it gave it a little added touch. Now we're gonna use our punch. And we are going to punch out, we need 2 of the larger and 2 of the smaller. So we will slide them in here and get ourselves, just using some scraps that I had lying around. So those are the 2 of the smaller. Let's get 2 larger. There's one. I don't know if I can get one out of this. We'll see if I can get one on the other side. Yeah, not bad. Let's see if I can make it work. Just kind of mess around with it until perfect. All right. So those are our 2 punch pieces. So definitely check out this awesome punch bundle. And now we're going to decorate the top of our box. We also have some of the ribbon, which I think is so beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and tie a bow with that first. And the way I do that is I make 2 rabbit ears. I make sure that the tails are even as best I can. And then I just cross them over the top, and see this loop that it forms? I push the one that's on top through the back and through that loop, and then I pull. And then I'm just going to slightly pull on these ends until I get them to cooperate. And then I will pull it slowly tight. I do like the loops to be rather short on my bows and the tails to be long. All right, so there is our bow. It's ready to go. All right, let's go ahead and attach our pieces onto our box. I did use the bone folder here, and I've curled these edges like so of my flower petals just by pressing them against the bone folder. It just breaks down the fibers slightly in the paper and helps it curl. Let's do that to the last one, and then we'll be ready to go. Now I have put just a dimensional to adhere these leaf pieces. I want one here, and I want one here, and I don't want this to be lifted up, so I'm just going to put a little line of our seal on our tag, and I just want it to sit like this in that corner of the box. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and place these pieces where we want them to be, and when we're happy with how they look and how they are, we're going to use dimensionals to secure them to the box. So I'm going to put one large dimensional here, which should hold all 3 of those. I'm going to put another dimensional on this end here to hold that tip into place. Now we're going to figure out where we want our flowers. So this flower is going to stick onto that dimensional, as you can see, but I do need another dimensional in the center of that flower in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the backs off of these that are on the box itself. Whoops. And they will also get held down by more dimensionals as the flowers get attached. So I'm not worried that that one popped off there. The more dimensionals we add, the more they will be secure. Okay, so this one's going to be in the back. So I definitely want to make sure that it is down and that it is secured to my box here, just like that. Now this one is going to get a purple flower here, so let's go ahead and put a dimensional behind it. and we will lift that up, and then this one will get layered on top, which will help to secure this little vine to our box. And as you can see, it's also helping to cover up that dimensional right there. Okay, see, as we build our little nest of flowers, they will help to secure our, how about right there? That looks good to me. All right, and we will use this to put our ribbon. We're gonna grab a mini glue dot. I'm gonna grab one of those right here and add it to my ribbon. And then we will push that into place wherever we think it will look best. I'm gonna lift this flower slightly. Open our box lid so we can press down without bending our box too badly. I did bend it a slight bit, but I think we're okay. Let's lift this floral. There we go. Looks good so far. Of course, you know, every one is going to be a little different because based on where we place it. And now we want to put this adorable little flower. So we'll grab one more dimensional, put it in the center there, pull it off. And then of course I will need my ribbon scissors, so I will grab those. We're gonna have to trim those ribbon ends and make them pretty. So let's move this ribbon end up. We're gonna add our flower kind of like so, and then it will tuck right there. Let me open our box and press it into place. All right, now let's trim our ribbon ends. I do like the ribbons long, the tails of them long and sticking off my box. So I definitely want to make sure that I left that happen. And then the final application is made with a Stampin' blend marker. Now those are alcohol-based markers and you can use them to color your embellishments. So I have colored, as you can see here, with the Fresh Freesia, which is the color of ink I've used, Stampin' Blend. And I have colored 3 of them. The reason I did it ahead of time, it does take a minute to let them dry. And as you can see here, these are clear, but I wanted them to have that Fresh Freesia look to them. So I went ahead and colored them with the Stampin' Blends and let them to dry. And now we will go ahead and attach them onto our tag. I just think they just look like water droplets. They're so pretty. And they have that faceted look to them as they have all those little facets cut out onto the glass layers that they are. And aren't they pretty? They come in this package. They're called the Elegant Faceted Gems. And you get this beautiful color and then a cream and a clear. I just think they're so pretty and they're just peel and stick. There's 90 of them in the package. They come in 2 sizes, 4 and 5 millimeters. I think that they are perfect. What do you guys think of this cute box? I think that it turned out perfect and I'm happy with it. I hope that you enjoyed watching me put it together. Thank you if you stayed with me till the very end. Thanks for watching, and definitely subscribe so that you get notifications of when I post new videos. If you have any questions or just things you want to say about this box, I would appreciate if you put them in the comments below. You can send me a message. Check the description below. That's where it says see more, and you will get all the links to all the products if you'd like to make a purchase. I would appreciate that as well. It helps me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!